Okay, so the question is to find the absolute value of the complex number 2 minus 5i. Okay. The absolute value of any complex number, or sometimes it's called the modulus. The absolute value of the complex number, and let's say it's a plus bi, that's normally how we refer to this, is simply given by the square root of the first number squared. And it's better if we put them into parentheses. When we're writing out the formula itself, the letters in the formula don't normally go into parentheses, but when we substitute, we will put the numbers in parentheses. I'm going to write both of them inside parentheses now, because if you learn it that way, it may actually be easier for you. So that's what the formula would be. It's the square root of the first one squared plus the second one squared. Okay, so we're looking now for the absolute value of the complex number 2 minus 5i. And that means it's going to be the square root of 2 squared plus negative 5 squared. Okay, 2 squared plus negative 5 squared. So that's going to be the square root. 2 squared is 4. Now be careful here. Negative 5 squared is plus 25. It's a minus times a minus. Minus 5 by minus 5 is plus 25. So that's going to be the square root of 29. And I don't really want you to try to simplify that, and I certainly don't want you to look it up on your calculator, because any answer you get from the calculator is going to be an approximation. The correct answer to this is the square root of 29, and it cannot be written any other way. Okay, now how do we illustrate this in the coordinate plane? Well, the number, remember, the complex number that we started with is 2 minus 5i, and if we want to write that as a point, it's 2, negative 5. So let's plot that point. So over to 2 and down to negative 5. Okay, so there's the point 2, negative 5. Now, what does the modulus mean? What does the complex number part of that mean? What does the root 29 represent? Well, what it represents is this distance here, and if we can just make it nice and thick so that we can see clearly, it's the distance from the origin. No, let's pull up the line tool. Okay, it's the distance from the origin to the point. Okay, so that distance there, the distance from the origin to the point, is what is represented by the root 29. That distance there from the origin to the point to negative 5 is the square root of 29 units. Now, whatever this unit has been measured in, possibly centimeters, something similar to centimeters it looks like there. Okay. Alright, so hopefully that makes sense, and it's not very difficult at all. You just need to remember the formula: a squared plus b squared, the square root of a squared plus b squared.